EDU, Chattanooga College, because a small college can make a big difference.
Come live your best life at Eastridge Residence.
If you have a recent college or high school graduate in your family, first of all, congratulations. And then second of all, are you prepared for what comes next? Because as they enter into this new chapter of adulthood, comes an awful lot of responsibilities for them, maybe some freeing up for you. So we've come back out to Insurance Advisors in Eastridge, talking with Aaron Dixon. Good to see you.
Hi, good to be here, yeah.
You're kind of a broker. You are a broker.
Right.
So when people contact you for their insurance needs, we talked last time about Medicare.
Yes.
Homeowners, car,
commercial,
life.
Yes.
You kind of talk to them and then you figure out the best plan for them.
Because everybody's individual needs is different. So we look at your needs specifically and see how we can also save you money at the same time.
Okay, so when I mentioned it could be a freeing up for the parents out there and a new responsibility for the young adults coming up.
I'm sure a lot of parents would probably want to get those kids off their insurance because they'll make their insurance go down.
I'm raising my hand. I'm in that category.
You're in that category. So 26 is the age you can stay on your parents through age 26, and then you have to change.
Okay, so I mentioned the recent graduates out there. First of all, if you have a child going off to college,
yes.
Do you, maybe this is not really auto or life insurance, but it's a health insurance question. Do you advise people to take on a health insurance plan through their college if they offer one?
If it's a good plan, yes, we do advise that because it's usually way less expensive than what they would pay otherwise.
Okay. For the college graduates out there embarking on their new life,
yes.
Maybe they're going to get an apartment first. Rental insurance important?
Yes. Rental insurance, very important, super important because of the fire aspect. So we always recommend even college students have that renter's insurance along with their auto.
Even on their dorm?
Yeah. Well, I think there may be something with a school that covers that.
But if they have an apartment off campus to do it.
Off campus, yeah.
Do you think, Aaron, there's a philosophy that either people they either like to be overinsured or underinsured?
Yes, yes. That is what we deal with a lot of times. Some people want the most coverages they can get, and they're not so much geared on the price, but they're more about the coverage. And then others just want the bare bones minimum. So we do have certain standards that we work with here where we don't really allow bare bones minimum coverage because it puts us at a little bit of a risk too. So
what does that look like? Is that more for auto insurance?
Yeah, so for auto insurance, typically we only do 100,000, 300,000 limits. And that's because cars on the road today are expensive to replace. So you can't get by with 50,000 like you could before.
So there are different, within car insurance, you have the car itself that you're insuring. Then you also have the liability of if there's an accident.
The medical liability. Exactly.
Is that where people tend to also be underinsured?
Yeah, we see that all the time, and it's a sad situation. I mean, hopefully they have health insurance to fall back on, but it can be catastrophic to your finances.
You mentioned the cost of cars. The same is true for cost of homes and replacement value of homes.
Ever raising, they're going up. So we're running into the insurance companies adding for inflation to their coverage amount. So
that's a common thing, though. Now people are opening up their policies, and if you're paying quarterly, they're maybe seeing, gosh, what happened? There's this spike.
This big spike, yeah. So really, until this inflation goes down, there's no way to really avoid that. We can reshop them and possibly save them money by moving them to another carrier. But
okay, I want to be careful how I phrase this question, because if you own anything, you need insurance to back that up. But if you are somebody, let's say you've been a long-time retiree, maybe you're 84.
Yeah.
So your house is paid for, all the things, and you are on that very fixed income with everything else being more expensive. It would be easy, it seems to me, to think, no, I'm not going to worry about upping the coverage. I don't need to spend the money. But is that where you have to come in to advise them, because the cost of getting that same home now, they couldn't do it?
Exactly. Like if they were to replace that same home, we've seen as much as 100,000 more to replace a home. So if you're on a fixed income, that would be hard to rebuild for that.
So all the different types of insurances that you cover here, kind of walk me through it again. It's car,
auto, home. We do those as a package typically to save people the most money. We also do boat insurance for people that have the ATVs and the boats and the toys as well. And then we do life insurance as well. and we do commercial, like workers' comp insurance. We do really well with companies that have fleet vehicles to insure.
On the life insurance, do you do term life as well as whole life?
We do both because it really just depends on the need. Whole life is a lot more expensive than term. Term, you can get a larger amount of coverage for less money. So we advise on both sides of the coin and, put people depending on the situation.
It's kind of like being a financial advisor in a way, right? Because
Yeah.
it's how comfortable are you when your head hits the pillow at night?
Yeah, exactly. And we have so much certification we have to do every year to keep up with these changes. But
Brag
I
about
enjoy
that.
it.
What do you mean?
So there's like specifically for Medicare, you have to certify through AHIP to be able to offer those plans. And then the carriers will have specific training you have to do with them. So it's great for the continuing education.
Is what drives you the fact that you get to really help people every day? Because
Yeah.
you have long conversations, I'm sure.
That makes a difference to me. It makes a huge difference. Like I want to know that I'm making a difference in their life after they leave here. And to know that we've got their back no matter what, that's our motto.
If somebody calls you and maybe they're going to call for auto insurance, just
Yeah.
pretend, would you want them to come in?
Not necessarily. If they're tech savvy and they can scan us their declaration pages and get us the information we need over the phone, we don't have to have them come in. But if they want to bring that folder and everything in, they can do that too.
Okay, because you do want to see what their current policy
Correct.
looks like. That way you can try to beat it.
Yeah, and we want to see if there's any holes in their current policy. We find a lot of policies, like we were talking earlier, that are underinsured, or maybe they have a pool house or something that's not covered.
Right.
So we make sure to cover them all the way around.
Okay, so you find them at Insurance Advisors on Spring Creek Road in East Ridge. Their phone number there on your screen, along with the website. They're on Facebook, so if
Follow
you like,
us on Facebook.
become a friend with Aaron.
Yes.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Julie.
You're not going to understand why your mom won't stop waving.